Hello, beautiful people. Let's make this soft and fluffy wrapped donut. Tastes so good. In my bowl, I brought in milk. I also brought in yeast and sugar, and we're going to mix this to combine properly. It's important to note that it's your yeast that will help your dough to rise, except you're using a self-rising flour. So if you're not sure whether the yeast is still active, please cover this. It should bloom like this. If it doesn't bloom like this after 5 minutes, please discard it and get another one. And I brought in the eggs and strawberry flavor. You can use any flavoring of your choice. It's up to you. We'll also mix this to dissolve the egg yolks completely. Now I came in with the flour and salt, and we'll start mixing this to form a shaggy dough. We'll keep mixing this till all the dry flour is absorbed completely into the wet mixture. And when we are not able to turn this again with my spatula, I came in with my washed hands and I brought in butter, and we'll mix in this butter into the dough. I'll transfer it to my work table for easier work with my scraper handy, and we'll start kneading this. Now this is where the main work is when you're making donuts. You have to have patience when kneading this. If you have a stand mixer, that would be a very good idea to use, but if you don't have a stand mixer, hand kneading comes to play. Initially, when you start kneading this might become very sticky. Don't be tempted to add in lots of flour to make it hard. It's going to alter the recipe. Knead it for about 2 minutes, and if it's still very sticky, you add in a couple tablespoons of flour to accommodate it. And if by any chance this is too hard, you sprinkle in some water to loosen it up. You knead this between 7 to 10 minutes depending on how good and fast you are with hand kneading till it's very soft and fluffy like this. And we'll turn this into a ball shape. Tuck it in. To know your dough is well kneaded, when you gently poke at it, it's going to bounce back gently without leaving any dent. And in my bowl, I brought in oil, spread it across the bowl. This will help the dough not to stick to the bowl when we are proofing it. And I brought in the dough. I will also cover this with my plastic wrap. This will help to retain the moisture in the dough, and my clean kitchen towel. I'll allow it sit on my counter here for about 40 minutes. If you live in the cold regions, please take this to a warm place. And after 40 minutes, mine has risen a bit. I'll spread out a little flour on my work table and brought in the dough, and I'll gently deflate the bubbles in the dough, and we'll turn this into a ball shape again. I'll poke a hole in the middle of the dough and we'll cut this open. If you want exact measurement for each donut, you have to use your kitchen scale to weigh this, but I'm randomly cutting mine. I made marks to give me an idea of where to cut. And now is the main work. Here we're going to roll this. Observe what I'm doing. Roll this with my palm. Roll it, then we'll start rolling it on the table. The aim is to have it completely sealed. If you see any openings, just use your hand and stick it together, because this dough is well kneaded. It's going to be stuck together to each other. We'll roll it very well till it's nice and tight. We're going to also roll it, and when we get to the end, we're going to tuck this outer part into the rolled out dough. This is very important so that it wouldn't open up in the oil. I'll dust a little flour on the parchment paper and place this in there. This will help us when we want to fry it. It will be easy to lift into the oil. Now let's do this one more time. Roll this with your fingers, and when it's very smooth and together, you roll it and tuck this inner part in, which is very important. And here I have them all lined up, and I'll cover this with a plastic wrap, and my clean kitchen towel will allow this to sit on my counter here again for about 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes, depending on the humidity of your area. If you live in the cold regions or the weather is cloudy or rainy, you might have to take this to a warm place to proof till it doubles in size. And mine has risen so well. Look at how good this dough is looking already. By now, I've started heating up the oil to fry this. You will need a deep pan to fry this and lots of oil. Do not use shallow oil, because we'll need room for this shape to come out very well. We'll start bringing in the dough. When you're frying donuts, your dough must float. It should not sink into the oil. If it sinks in, something is wrong. Maybe you didn't knead the dough well. It should always float in the oil, and you use very low heat. When this has fried on low to medium heat for about 2 minutes, be checking it. We'll turn it to the other side. We'll allow the other side to fry for about a minute or so, because by this time the oil is already hot. Keep an eye on this and be checking it. Do not leave it unattended, otherwise it's going to burn. We'll take this out from the oil. I always bring them out in paper towels to drain the oil from the donuts. When I say fry on low heat, that does not mean that the oil will not be hot before bringing in the dough. If the oil is not hot enough, it's going to soak up lots of oil, and if the oil is too hot, it's going to burn so fast without cooking well on the inside. So it's your duty to be checking to know when to reduce your heat or when to increase your heat. And when you're frying the second batch, you need to reduce the heat very well so that it wouldn't give the donuts lots of flakes on the body. Look at these beautiful shapes of wrapped donuts, and believe me when I say that this tastes so good. It's filling, it's delicious, it's soft and it's fluffy. You allow this to cool completely before packing it, because these are pillow donuts. If you pack it when they're still hot, it's going to squeeze together. I always say that homemade recipes are the best, and every meal is possible in your kitchen. I hope you learned a thing or more from this video. Remember, at Glory Homemaker, we give you value for your time. And it's time for me to also eat the fruit of my labor. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video.